Welcome back, guys. This is Warcat Combat. I'm Wes, and this is my copycat system where we like to show how to copy or mimic some of our favorite fighters or fictional characters and how they move and how we can apply some of their tactics in real life. Last week, I covered Robbie Lawler, who I considered MMA's real-life version of Wolverine. And it got me thinking, Wolverine's known for lunging attacks. He will leap out to his opponents, his enemies, and dig his claws in. Now, that got me thinking, what are some realistic lunging attacks that we can apply in our training? So that's what this video is about. And if you stick to the end, I'll show you some drills on how you can improve some of your power that applies to lunging attacks. So we'll explore the Gazelle Punch, which is a realistic lunging attack, if you think about it. And please don't forget, subscribe to my channel and hit that like button, hit that notification bell, and you'll see more content just like this. And we will copy other people's fighting styles or tactics. So let's get started on the Gazelle Punch and how we can improve some of our lunging attacks. So lunging attacks are everywhere in fiction. From Wolverine's berserker barrages to anime finishers. We see our favorite characters leaping towards their opponents for a devastating finish. But in real life, we don't want to do that and get ourselves knocked out from a counter punch. Which is why today, we're going to show you how to do the Gazelle Punch. It's a realistic lunging attack. You are displacing yourself forward to land a hard power punch on your opponent. It was made popular by real-life boxers Floyd, Patterson, and later by Mike Tyson. And if you watch anime, one of my favorite animes, Hajime no Ippo, it's one of Ippo's core special moves. So let's get down to it and break down how we can learn to do the Gazelle Punch. So when it comes to the Gazelle Punch in terms of mechanics, what are we doing? It's essentially a leaping or lunging lead hook. In my case, I'm an orthodox fighter, meaning I'm right hand dominant. My Gazelle Punch will come from my left side, so my left hook. So before you actually learn how to do this maneuver, which is more advanced, make sure you have a proper lead hook first. So distance-wise, notice my lead hook will normally land from here. I'm going to be at this distance. The Gazelle Punch can be reached from here. Look how much distance I'm covering. If we're doing kickboxing MMA, this is essentially kicking distance. Maybe even further, if you're more athletic and explosive, you could land it from here. But I recommend you throwing it from the kicking distance. Now, from here, what you want to be able to do is you have to be able to learn how to coil or load your body. So in real time, the Gazelle Punch looks something like this. So what did I do there? It's all about coiling your body and loading. I make it subtle. I don't want to overload. I don't want to exaggerate the movement because from here, I might give away that I'm throwing the punch. You don't want to just throw the Gazelle Punch like a wild haymaker. Your opponent will see that from a mile away and you're going to miss completely. What you want to be able to do is use your natural movements that you would use in boxing or MMA, and you want to be able to shift. So from here, this just looks like I'm shifting. I'm slipping. I'm using my defensive movements naturally to set up my Gazelle Punch. So by doing this, I'm going to shift and load to my left side. This allows my weight transfer here, but I'm also going to push off my rear foot. It has to be nice and stable. I don't want to be in the air. It has to be settled down. From here, once I'm loaded, I can spring forward and push off my right foot at the same time, and then I land it from here. So to begin, don't even throw the punch. Just get the mechanics of your hips and footwork to advance forward. So load, explode. Load, explode. Practice this with your hands up so you build healthy habits and keeping your guard up at the same time. That way you're also ready to throw the punch. Now, once you get that movement down, then all you have to do is just extend your punch from there. So I know how to load, I know how to explode, then I extend. So we'll look something like this. Boom, boom. Look how much distance I can cover with that punch. I am doing a lunging punch, which is moving forward, which is risky, but I am able to cover more distance. So that's one of the advantages of the Gazelle Punch. Now, tactically, you can't just throw the Gazelle Punch out of nowhere. Just like any other punch, you need a proper setup. Because even if you do it perfectly, even if you have the mechanics down, but if you don't have a proper setup, you're likely going to miss anyway. It might be less telegraphic than some wild haymaker, but your opponent might react to your movement and just move out of the way anyway. So you need the proper setup. And here is my best setup for the Gazelle Punch. What you want to do is you want to make your opponent react to other strikes first and other ranges. I want to create the openings myself. What I recommend that you actually do is when you're throwing your shot, notice that I try to find myself in a position that allows me to be loaded for the Gazelle Punch already. So your best opportunity is off of your right hand or your rear hand. Because look, once I'm here, I'm already loaded. But another thing that you want to do is you want to throw it a bit lower. Why do I want to throw this punch lower? I want to lower my opponent's guard. I want them to react a little bit low. Because by them reacting low, they will likely be here. They will flinch lower. You're trying to create a flinch response that lowers their guard or lowers themselves. Not necessarily because you want them to drop their hands. Even if their body goes down, what happens is it will take them that much longer to get back up to react to the high shot, which is coming. So from here, if I throw my right and I spam a few of these combos just to get him to react, and I throw one low, he flinches low. Look, I'm already loaded. Boom, I can land that leaping left hook or the Gazelle Punch. So have the appropriate setup when you want to land this type of punch. Keep in mind, again, it's a high risk maneuver. So to increase your chances, you've got to get your opponent to react to something before you even attempt to land this punch. Here are a few honorable mentions for other lunging attacks. One is the Superman Punch. Especially if you're in MMA or kickboxing, a Superman Punch is a great way of covering distance with a punch. I did a video on that not that long ago, so if you want, you check that out. I'll have the link in the description as well. And I show you the mechanics of how you can set up a Superman Punch. And the other attack, which I also covered in a previous video, is the flying knee. A flying knee is a good lower body attack that allows you to cover distance. So from a flying knee perspective, you can cover more distance with that lower body attack and you're lunging forward at the same time. Again, it's a high risk maneuver, but if you land it, it is devastating. Again, if you want to check that video out, I have that also in the link of the description. So that concludes this copycat video on how to do the Gazelle Punch, a realistic approach on how to do a lunging attack for real world combat. And if you like this video, please don't forget, hit subscribe, hit that notification bell, and you'll continue seeing content just like this, where we can learn how to mimic our favorite fighters, favorite moves, or even our favorite fictional characters and their special moves. And if you have an idea or a character or a fighter you'd like me to cover, please leave a suggestion in the comments. I read them all, so I'm open to all ideas. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time.